what is in store for us today, and how exactly should traders prepare their portfolio in the run-up to the budget. Let's discuss that with our technical experts, Ashwani Gujral and Mitesh Thacker. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Ashwani will be ready in just a minute, so let's kickstart the discussion with Mitesh. Mitesh, what's happening? I cannot sugarcoat the environment.
Well, I'll agree with you. While on the Nifty, the statistics look like 30% of the market is below its 200 average. I think if you were to scan the mid-cap space, I think that percentage would go up to beyond 55, 60, I guess. I think the broader market is the one which has taken the carnage, and I think that's where mostly I think retail investors would possibly be feeling the hit. Having said that, I think what has happened in the Nifty for the last few days is that during the later part of the last week, we were kind of taking some support at 5880, 5885, and then we bounced back from there. The bounce back was one weekish, failed to get past the 10-20 day average on the which are important short-term averages for any technical analyst. And I think now we've come back to those levels of 5885, 5890. I think that's where we have closed. So if we start trading below 5880, I think that should possibly mean that the last swing low has been violated, and we should then look for the next support level, which comes in at around levels of 5835, 5840, which were the low of the December consolidation. So I would be possibly looking for that kind of decline to happen very soon if 5880 is being taken out, possibly in a day or two. And then if even 5830 gets broken, there are good chances of that happening given the way a lot of large cap stock charts as well as the Nifty charts are looking. I think then we are looking at possibly declines to levels of around 5760, 5750 as we run into the February expiry or possibly first week of March.
Mitesh, IndusInd Bank, surprised? Touched a new high yesterday.
Well, in fact, that's a stock which has been going through a very steady uptrend. But my belief is that the stock is kind of, now losing momentum in the sense that the momentum indicators on the medium-term charts are extremely overbought, while some of them have started to reverse from very high readings. Typically, that will mean that the stock will have a lot of supply pressure as it kind of, tries to get past the earlier highs of 450, 455. And my sense is that around those levels, I think, 455 to 460 will be the level which the stock might not be able to cross in the immediate near future. And therefore, we are possibly, going into a scenario when there could be some kind of correction happening over here. If the stock starts trading below levels of 425, 420, I would look for a deeper correction to about levels of 400 before the up move resumes again. So I think this is the time when people should be now getting into profit-taking mode.
What are the chances, Mitesh, that IndusInd Bank could be a 500 rupee stock before the financial year ends, which is 31st of March?
See, typically we try and follow wherever the directions or the trend is being indicated on the charts. I think, today there are ample signals of a reversal happening sooner than the trend continuing at higher levels. So my sense is that unless until we start closing above 465, 460, I would possibly bet on our declines first to levels of around 400 before the stock can start moving up. So the idea is that around 455, 460 odd levels, give and take a couple of percentage points here and there, I think the stock should or would face strong supply pressure, and therefore would not be able to get past these levels.
Okay, Mitesh, give us your recommendations in stepping into trade this morning.
Yeah, as I mentioned on the Nifty, I think 5880 is the level to watch out for intraday traders. If we start trading below that, I think 5835 is where the Nifty could head. On the upside, the immediate resistance for the day is at about 5925, 5930, and then we could look at a retest of earlier highs or the day before yesterday's highs of around 5965. On the stock side, I've got a sell on Axis Bank, which now looks corrective. Again, it's set up when the indicators are coming back from extremely overbought readings. Now can be sold below 1420 with a stop at 1445 for a target of 1385 on the downside. Dr. Reddy's looks corrective. It's kind of broken below the short-term moving averages. Can be sold with a stop above 1900 for a price target of 1825. Grasim is on the buy list. It did very well in a falling market yesterday. Can be bought with a stop at 3038 for a target of 3145 in the short term. Yes Bank also looks corrective and can be sold with a stop at 511 for a price target of 481. While Hind Unilever, which has gone through a significant correction, could possibly continue its bounce back and test levels of around 476 and can be bought with a stop just below 457.5.
Mitesh, give me a Nifty 50 stock, only one stock where you're confident that the risk-reward ratio is favorable, and be it a trader or be it an investor, they should use the current decline to their advantage to only add more. See, I think, Hindustan Unilever is getting into that category. We were very negative on the stock when the stock was around 550, 560 odd levels, and then we have seen over the last few weeks and months, I think the stock has kind of panned out through a good correction.
It's done a base building at around levels of 450, and I think now it's in a zone wherein it would possibly signal some kind of reversal. A Grasim could fit in that kind of build. A Divi's Lab, all these stocks which have corrected significantly and have gone through last 6 to 8 weeks of correction are now showing signals of short-term trend reversals or a strong technical bounce back. So I think these are the stocks where I would focus upon when I'm looking at my trading portfolio and identifying what kind of stocks which I would like to go long upon. While the rest of the pack I think falls in the shorting category. Though IT I would avoid shorting purely because of the fact that it still remains an outperforming sector and therefore likely to decline less.
So let's go to Sandeep Paglia for his early morning trading ideas. Sandeep, when we started the year, everyone was part of the bullish camp. 15 days ago when markets they started falling, everyone was part of the confused camp. But now that markets have fallen, everyone is part of the bearish camp.
Good morning, Nikunj. I would say that I am a part of the camp which believes that there could be a correction in the Nifty to the tune of 100-120 points, and this is what I have been saying for the last week, and that correction is not forthcoming. I think that should come in a day or two or probably three, and probably in the beginning of the next week we should see the Nifty at 5800 around or so, and from there I think between 58 and 6000 is where the Nifty is. I still don't believe that we'll go to 5500, 5400. No, 58, 57, 50 is where we are likely to make a temporary bottom and then a consolidation. I have a sell in Arvind, stop loss 88, target 78. A sell in REC, stop loss 237, target 225. A sell in Syntex, stop loss 59, target 52. A sell in Bharti, I would like to use a little bit of a bounce back in the range of 314 to 317. Stop loss of 321, target 300. And a buy in TCS. The IT pack has been showing strength, so I would like to buy TCS. Stop loss 1428, target 1475.
Let's go across to Ashwani Gujral as he joins us with his technical calls this morning. Ashwani, first a word on the index and your position there.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
The Nifty has failed to provide support at about 5900. And because of that, it's probably showing a distribution pattern where you could say the base was 5900 and below that you are opening up another 200 points on the downside. So 5700 could come in. As I said yesterday, 16 out of the 50 stocks are now on the index below the 200-day moving average. 66 F&O stocks are now below their 200 DMAs. So the market is pretty precariously poised where, mid-caps have fallen. And as we saw yesterday with, Reliance and Axis Bank, that even large caps would come under the hammer. So, the kind of patterns that are available tend to show that this is probably a deeper correction and maybe we need to correct the entire rally from, say, 4500 to 6100. So, another 200-300 points from the Nifty are possible. So people should try to invest with that kind of perspective. Overall, for the day on the Nifty, we need to stay above 5906 to be positive. Resistance comes in at 5929 and 5962. Support at 5873 and 5850. Bank Nifty needs to stay above 12,343 and CNX IT above 6905. BTSC from yesterday, Hindustan Unilever was a buy with a stop about 460, target of 476. Tata Steel was a buy with a stop about 375, target of 402. HDFC Bank was a buy with a stop about 670, target of 693. Fresh Calls, Asian Paint is a buy with a stop about 4480, target of 4600. Sun Pharma is a buy with a stop about 770, target of 805. Axis Bank is a sell with a stop of 1450, target of 1390. BPCL is a sell with a stop of 398, target of 365. Shriram Transport is a sell with a stop of 740, target of 710. And REC is a sell with a stop of 240, target of 225.
Ashwani, this question is coming your way. What is the way forward for a UB group of companies now? Let's keep Kingfisher aside. I mean, that's the ugly duckling. But United Spirits and United Breweries.
Well, I think they will remain under pressure because whatever the management will say, management is saying lots of things. But I think till the KSA issue is over, I don't think United Spirits will get past 2200, which was the all-time high. It may not fall a whole lot, maybe fall till about 1750. Similarly, UB, again, chances are, extremely illiquid stock. So even out there, yes, there could be an easily 100-point downside. But overall, you should keep away from the group. Why? Because if there's sudden selling by any financier, I don't think retail would find out, and suddenly the stocks would fall 10-15%, and I don't think that would be a good place to be.
Mitesh, are you ready with your trading ideas? Can I come to you?
Yes, very much. In fact, I've got most of the side on the sell calls. Market has started trading below 5880, so that's not a very positive sign. The only buy is HDFC Bank, and it's already moved up in the last few minutes. So HDFC Bank was a recommendation around 673 with a stop at 663 for a target of 690 to about 695. This was more of a intraday kind of or one day kind of a call. Federal Bank is a sell with a stop above 502 for a target of 470, and Chambal Fertilizers, which is now broken below the earlier weekly support areas of 65, 66, can be sold with a stop above 65 for a first price target of 60.
What about commodity picks?
Yeah, yesterday we had a sell on silver, I think, which did decline by about 1.5%. I think today is gold, which is giving a fresh sell signal. So it's the precious metals which are looking under pressure. Gold can be sold with a stop of about 30,610 for a first price target of 30,000 on the downside.